fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and then they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Yo, GM, you all. We are back with the $1 Trade Show. Today with me, we have Nikki and our special guest, Aggie. How are you guys doing today?
Hi.
I'm really confused why you called me Nikki.
Oh, it's Nick. Sorry. I don't know.
No,
Because
but
it's
I've been called Nikki since I was
Aggie.
like 15.
Maybe
I was
you're
like,
getting
whoa,
on Nikki. Nikki
Yeah,
going
I'm
from Nick
nervous.
to Nikki. You guys
yeah,
are
I'm back
becoming
to my like
closer.
15-year-old self. I'm just like, what? Wait, I'm confused. I know nothing about prediction markets. Crypto hasn't
Uh,
been created yet.
I'm
I wish I had
nervous
the
because
gold
we have a special
microphone too.
guest.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah,
Like,
only Nick.
I need to
Yeah,
step up my
guys.
game.
You will need
It's not gold. I
to
just have a lovely light that's giving it a sort of
No,
golden.
the video, the party one.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
want this whole
Yeah.
setup. I want all the buttons. I want more buttons so I can
Oh,
do
you
stuff.
greedy. You greedy.
Oh, all the buttons. Give me the button. I don't
Least-
just want
At
yes
least
and
I
no.
at least I
want
have a
maybe.
unicorn hoodie.
Represent.
Yes. Okay, guys. So let's start. We have a lot of things to discuss today. And as you know, I'm gonna change the game. I'm gonna start with something different today, guys. So
I've messed up. I
Ooh.
forgot to rename the show for today. What we're going to start with? What we're going to call it?
it's predict your markets and regulators. Regulate, like the old song. Regulate.
You know that still make
Regulate.
him millions of dollars a year.
We should have start with the regulate song today. That should be fun.
We can still play it. We can put it on the background real
We'll
quick.
do it at the
Okay.
end.
Yeah, we can close with that one. So before we go to the regulation talk, I want to share with you that's finally over. Okay, the Lord Miles challenge. We don't know what happened, so I still wish he's alive and he's well. We don't know if he's dead or if he just jumped off the challenge. We don't have any information about what happened, but he didn't complete the challenge, and it seems a lot of people was rugged. Imagine if you bought this here at 73 cents and then it came to zero. So, I mean, unfortunately, the outcome is the problem with having a market that it depends on one person and the potential of only one person decide the fate of the market. So it makes us question how the collective truth and this truth engine that we believe prediction markets could be challenged in a situation like that, as the result is only in one person's hands, and we've been spotting a lot of potential insider trading. So I would like to hear from you guys. What is the take that overall take that we have from this situation here?
I mean,
You wanna
I
go
think,
first, Maggie?
yeah,
You go first.
yeah, sure.
Bank in.
I mean, it's definitely like a challenging thing, and I think it's going to be like a use case for all the future kind of prediction markets, or like, what do we do in situations like that? But I was also thinking about it actually last night about all dimension markets, and I'm kind of like getting into that space, and I'm like, oh, that's like fun things for women to do, to whatever. Taylor Swift's going on that Jimmy Fallon show in a few days, and I was like, oh, it'd be fun to like do like stream and have all the words that she's gonna say. And then I'm thinking, if she like looks at it or something, or somebody else on her team looks at it, or I don't know, it's just there is that little like gray area. So I feel like maybe some of these like markets, like mentioned markets, should be maybe they just be live. Basically, they only happen when they're live. So let's say she goes in the show, the market opens, and that's when you get all the words. So nobody knows what the word's gonna be, like the options. So yeah, like when it comes to like one person, that's also like definitely a bit tricky. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. And I'm sure regulators definitely don't feel good about this. So it's like how far can we stretch, the
Mm.
prediction markets when it goes from like a financial kind of like tool to like this is just for pure fun gambling. So there's kind of it's a stretch.
Yeah, I
Before
think that's what
before your
what
comment,
prediction markets
Nikito,
do, right?
can I just put some more, a little bit of poison in this conversation? So
You want
imagine,
to poison the conversation. All right.
yes. So
Pouring in my
Poison in the
coffee.
conversation. Let's go.
imagine you are the guy who writes these speeches.
That's
You
what I was
know
going to
the
say.
words.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, this is why we work together. See, I know everything that you're going to do. Go ahead. So go ahead. Yeah.
Well, essentially, that's the tricky thing that we've got right now. Sorry, I'm in the moment of also doing updates on titles. With certain things like Fallon and all this stuff is scripted, right? So there is maybe 20 people at least that get to see that copy before it goes out, right? I think there's not much you can do about it, right? Every market is manipulated in some way or another. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a regulated market. If you go back to interbank lending rates 10 or 15 years ago when the LIBOR rate was being rigged by the banks themselves, and then they got caught and threw some people under a bus, and again slapped in the wrist by the regulator, told to pay a fine. It's fine, keep going. I think my feeling around like Polymarket, if they're trying to be some sort of truth engine, then they can't participate in this sort of stuff, right? Like, because it was clearly sanctioned by Polymarket, and they clearly had some sort of back and forth with Lord Miles or Monarch or somebody. There was a conversation that happened somewhere that made that market come alive. And it doesn't give me much faith in Polymarket in that sense. And this is not generally in Polymarket. I think Polymarket are really good, but like I think they should keep away from stuff like this or do their due diligence on the character, because he's faked his death before, right? So it's just throwing everything up in the air. And I think that really, and this might be my bias, right? But that really only matters if you're centralizing who asks the questions. If
What's
it's
the
decentralized,
volume on the
That's
market? I'm
huge.
just
It's
trying
like
to
14
That's
see.
the
million.
thing. That's the thing.
Huge.
It's over $14 million. And when we started to cover this last week, it was around $9 million. So we increased it by over 50% in the last week.
Wow.
So yes, that's
Interested if anybody gets a
even
lawyer
after
involved.
this dip. Yes, even after this dip here, we saw a great increase in volume in this market. So I mean, you could still make money if you were buying positions here at 17%. So it's not bad for a week, depending on the volume. That's it. So I mean, what is curious is how insiders can potentially benefit from these markets, and how only my concern is, okay, you can manipulate the markets, but if you go to traditional markets, you need a lot of money to manipulate them. If you go to Bitcoin market, anything, altcoins, depending on the market size, but with a market like this, and it's only one person who can control everything. That's it.
Can
It's not a lot
can
of
we
money.
is there like data? Can we know how much money was made or lost on this market?
If you go to the prediction market analytics, I think we should be able to see more granular information on the market, right?
Like they actually be like,
Polymarket.
okay, in this market it was, almost 15 million, and
Let's see.
this many yes buyers, this many no buyers, and this many people lost or made money, and like what's the actual like
You can, if you
like
scraped all
total?
that data, you could do it.
So
Okay.
we see the top holders here.
Can
Dude,
you
there
go
was
to the?
So what was like the total like P&L basically, like like overall? I would love to know.
So
I wish there was
can
just like
you
a
go to
number.
the prediction markets analytics website now, the one that aggregates Kalshi and Polymarket.
It's Polymarket Analytics, right? This one here. Yes. Okay.
Let's see if it's got the Lord Miles one in there, and just see if there's any other information about it. Yeah, but in the end, like he didn't complete, right? Yeah, what happens when you click in there? What other information?
So, but it's outdated. See the volume here, 8 million. 8 million.
What's that, like a week out of date or something like that?
Yeah. How long does it take to update?
We thought it was quite regular, but actually looking at it now, this is about a week.
Yeah. See, but it's It ended yesterday. Yeah,
Did you
that's
say
correct.
July
Let's
4th
hope.
was the last time it was updated?
It was on July 4. He announced it. So, but see,
Okay, here we go.
top 10
Who
winners.
lost? How much when they lost? Oh, it's all blurry.
Over $100,000.
Whoa.
But the winners got over the double.
Okay.
So,
But there's no like
some,
one total. You just have to kind of manually, like, I guess,
Yeah.
calculate it, or like
I
with
think
a
so.
with a software, obviously, not
Total
manually,
volume
not with a
traded,
calculator.
Yeah.
Okay.
in the largest
Who's-
holders, 31%. One person had 31% of the no shares in
Whoa.
the end. Which were the shares that won? So it will be interesting to see who were buying no shares at this area here.
Yeah.
This will be interesting to see, and then we will try and analyze if those people had any kind of information, try to track their wallets. We mentioned Polysites yesterday, and they were doing some good work trying to do that, but I mean we cannot
Yeah.
know.
We'll get those guys on
Anyway,
at some
I
point
think-
to kind of chat. But I don't
Yeah.
know if they'd really do the live stream thing. I don't know. Only certain people do that.
Let's see. So if you want to join the show and talk about the situation that can potentially happen in prediction markets, send us a DM. Let's talk. And since we're talking about the risks and how regulators are playing around with this, let's go to regulation talk. So yesterday that was this this how can I call it? This roundtable on regulatory harmonization. So basically the SEC and the CFTC, two regulation bodies in the US. The SEC is the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the CFTC are the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Basically, they regulated markets in different aspects, different kinds of assets. So they got together yesterday to try and understand how they can cooperate better and avoid overlapping in regulation.
I mean, that was the premise, but I don't
maybe
think they got there.
Yes, and
You were
so
in the
we
room,
have an
right?
insider
Like,
here.
you were in the
because-
room with it,
because,
right?
Yeah,
Just so everybody
Aggie
knows.
was
Aggie-
there.
Aggie was
Yeah,
in the room.
I'm based in New York, but I took the train and I went there, and then I went to like this was like the second panel, and before that there was like another one, and they were like talking, and somebody was saying like, oh, like if like SEC and CFTC were like in the same building, maybe we could like work together, because like before the commissioner would like, I guess, meet up with someone from the CFTC commissioner would meet, or chairman meet with someone from SEC, and they would like meet once every 8 weeks and kind of like talk about like, oh, like this is the issue that we're having that you're saying we can't solve, and the other team, other side would say the same thing, and they would try to resolve, and then they would kind of resolve maybe like half of them, they were saying. But like, yeah, it's just very different agencies, very different views, and they'll just like never come to like a conclusion to like work together. So, but it was just like interesting. They both had like good points they were bringing up, and they're like sometimes like both sides are right, and then what do you do in these situations?
Mm.
Yeah, for sure. So interesting to mention that before the roundtable started, there was some speculation about how US a Polymarket US would be announced on that day. So that didn't
Yeah.
happen. We didn't see a prediction market about that, but there was this speculation because everybody is waiting. I mean, actually, there is a prediction market on Polymarket. If we are going to see a Polymarket US announced this year. So
I mean,
if you
everybody was
want
like
to-
joking, oh, there should be a market about the handshake, but then nobody did it. Like, but so many people that I know were like joking in the comments and before the event, and then
You should have created it on Groovy.
I know. I
You
was
can
just
create
like,
that on Groovy.
was in my own head, and I was just like, oh, I just thought somebody's gonna do it, so I just didn't even think about me myself, and then and then like starting in when the panel started, Addy, like he writes like one of the Substacks, like it's really good, and he was saying, oh, like that was not handshake like in the beginning, and I was like, typically they don't shake. I was like, in a tennis match, you don't shake hands before you start the match, you shake it after. So like I knew basically the panel ended. I like took out my phone and I'm sitting in the first row, and people start shaking hands, and I was like, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? It was kind of like the last handshake of the thing, because people were like moving different ways, and I was like, snap.
Got it.
So that did happen.
Yeah,
Did,
so they
yeah.
did shake it, and then the post went
Okay,
viral. Literally,
cool.
I think it's like 60,000 views, and I was just like, and we were like joking with
Oh,
my friends. I was like, he's like, oh, this is gonna go viral, and I was like, I don't know, maybe like 30, 40,000 views, and he's like, it's gonna be 50 by midnight, and it literally was 50 at midnight, and I was like, this is
Wow.
insane. Like, it wasn't 49, it
oh,
wasn't
cool.
51,000, it was 50. He's like, well, I've been in this game for 5 years.
You posted.
Yeah, and it was just, and
Let's
then
go
so
to
many
that.
people like reposted. There's like crazy comment section. It was quite insane. Like, to be honest, like my Twitter was blowing up. Yeah, this
Your
picture. Look,
viral
it's
Okay,
like,
moment.
cool.
yeah, like 65,000 views, like 20, 200 whatever likes and reposts and I mean, the comment section is wild. Open it up.
Yeah, go find it. Go get it.
Yeah.
We're talking to a viral sensation right now.
This
What's
is
this
cool.
about? This is like,
You should have a market on this. It's okay. You can create one on Groovy. Sorry, but I need to show
we have
Groovy
to
when I have
shell
the
as
chance
much as
here.
we can.
You do
Yes,
your
yes,
thing.
yes. Yes, so I just lost 5,000. Sorry, man. Breaking it. Okay. Really cool. Really cool. So if, by the way, if you don't follow Aggie, do that.
Right
Go
now.
to Blondie Predicts, both on Substack and Twitter. Sorry, I always get messed because I can't say
It just
X.
doesn't like
It's
go off
Twitter.
the tongue. It's like, oh, follow me on X. It's like, huh? It's like,
Yeah.
follow my X.
Yeah, it
Like,
sounds.
what?
And we still call
Yes,
them tweets and
sounds
retweets
really
because
strange.
there's no X equivalent, so it doesn't make any
X
sense.
tweets.
X tweets.
Both, yeah, it could be post and repost.
I
So
know,
Yeah, but
but
it's
that's
anyway,
like generic social media. Each platform had their wee thing, right? Who remembers
Yeah.
Facebook?
yeah. So yesterday, what caught a lot of attention on the internet during the afternoon, at least here for me, was this scene. Basically, Shane, the CEO from Polymarket, he was talking and he was just saying how kind of new people they want new products and like how the traditional institutions might not understand.
Well, he definitely made
But
like a burn at Terry. He
while
was like, "Oh, you old
he
people!"
did,
Like, it was
right?
so funny.
Yeah.
Like,
You
everybody laughed.
that was the yeah. So that's not that's just to give context. So you were there. You can explain that better. It was just because basically Shane called this guy, "Oh, you're old." This is
Basically,
why the
yeah.
guy.
He's like, "You don't get it because you're
Basically,
old.
that was
You're like you people."
And we all
something
know that
like
old
that.
people
So
do
that
not like that statement ever. Like, you ever said that shit to your parents? It's just like,
Yeah,
it doesn't go down well. Never.
yeah. Like, you're
it
grounded. You're
never
like, you
goes
can't leave
down well.
your house for like a week.
Dude, I was walking on the streets the other day and some teenagers calling me. It's an expression that you say to old people. And they, what the fuck, man? Why are you calling me this? I mean, I got offended, you know? So I imagine this guy was offended. I don't know. Maybe I
Oh,
would do the
he
same.
was. He was a
Mm.
little bit. It was a bird. It,
Yeah,
it literally
yeah.
was.
So,
It was
but
like, ooh, like,
it was. And it was fun. It was fun. So in the end, it was interesting.
yeah.
So basically, everyone took opportunity to discuss this and highlight. So of course, Polymarket, Shane, also Kaushi was highlighting this moment here, and also we saw Yano. Everybody was talking. Yano is
That was
the
the moment.
founder of
That was
Walkworks.
the only thing people
That
cared
was
about
the
is the
moment
old guard
from the conference,
flipping off
right?
the new guard. Just like, oh, fuck yous.
Exactly. In the end, no one cares if the SEC and CFTC are going to cooperate to bring better regulation. That was the moment.
They're operating
it's
full
really
bandwidth
cool.
without them regulating them. Like, they're literally sitting in the room, and there's a whole bunch of Americans trading on their platforms without regulation.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy that it happens like that.
I mean,
It is, and is, and so
I think
yeah.
majority
Go ahead.
of
Sorry.
like, I don't speak for it. I don't know for a fact, but the rumors are, I'm just saying that people on the street are saying that like majority of all the Polymarket trades are, in US, like
Yeah, they will
from
be.
the US. Yeah,
Mhm.
so
It's a US
it's
company.
Yeah.
everyone's like VPNing. They have like more, VPNs than access. So, everyone's just
I think it will be interesting to compare Google Trends last year during the elections with VPN search. Or if people bought more VPN during the elections period, because we saw a huge increase of volume and new
There's
users
a
in
market for
Polymarket.
that.
We probably
Because also,
there is, so we can probably mix and match those data.
yeah, but in the US, because regulation is state by state, people use VPNs anyway, right? Would that make
Okay,
sense?
okay,
The
okay.
Even my
Makes
mom
makes
uses
sense.
VPN, so I'm just saying,
there
like,
you go.
you know,
There we go. No, see,
Okay,
it's
VPNs
okay.
are like it's normal. It's like it's just a different browser, you know, just like you have,
yeah,
I don't know, Google Chrome and Safari. It's like, oh, you have VPN, like that's normal.
yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah, that's not like that where I am at all.
Well,
So
not yet.
anyway,
No, yeah,
maybe, yeah, not yet. We'll get there. Everything. So I'm in the south. Everything gets here after it went viral in the US, UK, and Europe. So basically, CoinDesk was also talking about the conference, but it didn't highlight the flipping off, but it highlights how Tarek broke down his journey from starting Kalshi to suing the CFTC. So after suing the CFTC, they were together there discussing regulation, which is pretty interesting. I mean, we are seeing this space moving. Just a highlight from yesterday as well. Rollup put out an interview with Tarek yesterday. It's a really interesting interview. You can follow the Rollup and check it out. It's a 25 minute interview. It's not long, but it's pretty interesting. And it just highlights that how prediction markets are on the spot right now. Okay, finally, it seems that I was wrong, and I'm not ashamed to say that I got things wrong because it happens a lot of time. So basically, John Wang at Singapore yesterday was talking about Cauchy doesn't have anything on chain now, but that will change very soon. And it was said at a Solana Apex event. So probably, as we mentioned last week, they are not going to Base or Hyperliquid, but Solana
yeah.
when they go on
Yeah, that
chain.
was like my. I remember I
So
said like base or Solana, and I was like, it's definitely not going to be base. It's not like a mini app or anything like that. And I was like, yeah, I think because you mentioned Solana, that was your first choice, and I was like, yeah, I think you're right. If I had to put my money on it, I would put it on Solana.
It's because it's cheap, right?
the, the,
You
ne-
can keep it cheap. You can't promise cheap fees with an EVM necessarily, right?
Yeah, but there's this discussion on Solana. They are talking about making bigger blocks. So if you have bigger blocks, you can make more transactions in each block. So in theory, you can make
A lot more.
transactions way cheaper. I mean, if you need, and actually, Solana was created with the intention to substitute and to bring basically traditional markets on chain.
Yeah, and be a
So
payment
they
layer as
need
well,
this
right?
high traffic and high frequent.
Yeah.
Yes, and so they are in theory they are prepared to be this high volume, high frequency trading chain.
Yeah.
So probably they will be. But let's
I
see. I mean,
do wonder
Solana
what
has not
impact that
been
will have with
coming.
other prediction markets that are currently on Solana. Like
Yes,
that
to
will
other
be
projects.
that
I
would
mean,
be painful, I think, to have to
I
compete
think
with
there's
Gauchi on
there's
Solana.
I think, aren't there like who is on Solana right now? I think on the
Quite a few.
prediction
few.
index, there's like a whole list of which market
mhm,
platform is
that's true.
based where. Like the prediction index, I think that's by Lily. She does the. Is that what it's called?
Fuck.
Prediction index, I think.
I think it's
Yes, I think
prediction
it's very
index.
good.
Was it .com?
Or like XYZ, probably.
Oh yeah, the whole index will be going up by like $1 million.
Yeah,
Like, and on top,
damn.
I think it was on top. Oh yeah, there
There
it
it is.
is.
Okay, prediction index.
Yep.
Oh, she got a Gauchi
It's
button already. Right.
oh,
Oh my
fuck,
god.
they have
Are they
one.
just like
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying yes to the checks being handed out? We can't just all be on Gauchi. It's just
Okay, so it was the next stop that I will say, but that I will mention, but this is it. So remind me of this tweet. Has the Kaushi badge as well now. I saved this yesterday because yesterday we were just discussing about this kind of remember the layer one wars that came out a few years ago. Everybody was talking, oh, ETH, AVAX, Solana, or Bitcoin or whatever. Now it's people, they have their favorite prediction market. So it's called shorts poly market, and they give shit to each other. And one of the way to identify is just check the badges, because I mean it's interesting. We were just talking about this yesterday in our prediction index, and we mentioned them last week. I mean, they have some pretty cool
Yeah,
stuff
so can you even
here.
check like on
Let's
chain,
go.
like you can pick a chain like on top, like in that filter, like
Where?
like
Where?
yeah,
Outcome
I
chain.
think so.
Okay, where's Solana? Solana. Okay. Yeah, we have a lot. Drift. No, Drift. That's the thing.
Yeah,
So
the grouping and
I might be
categorization
wrong.
isn't always
Drift is not.
bang on.
Hedgehog, Meshdot, Melee Markets, Monaco, Nostradamus. Yeah, but in the end,
There's a lot.
there's a lot of people. Oh, even
Is
Pool.
Triad there?
You have your badge. You have your badge, right,
I
Aggie?
don't have
For Pool.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
so bet your friends
I'm
on
trying to
anything.
be like independent at the moment, and I wanna like
I
work
think
with
independence the way
Cool,
forward. By
cool.
the way, I think when all the money
Yeah.
dries up from, because this is just a campaign, right? This is just a marketing campaign. When all that money dries up, like
Well, also like I want to
you're
do like events, yeah, right? And I'm getting like off sponsorship offers from several platforms, and I'm like, like what's the best way to like deal with this and things like that. And I think maybe like
take
one
all of them.
event. Well, I can't have like
Because
a
Take all
sponsor
of
for
the money.
everybody,
All of it.
all the
Can you have
logos.
multiple badges?
I'll just have like a wall, and
Yeah,
every
if you can
single
have.
logo is gonna be
Exactly.
like,
That's it. You'll have a T-shirt with the one that paid the most being the biggest, and then
and
everybody
then like
else
lower down.
and decreasing. Like the cheap people get like a pixel. Just that
Yeah,
sort
well,
of
maybe I
thing.
get like a hat from one, and then like a T-shirt from another,
Yeah,
and then like
that's the top one. It's like a gold hat with the brand on it.
and then
So
socks from
yeah.
like completely someone just gave me peanuts.
So basically, there are projects building prediction market zones for sure. And if we see actually moving to Solana, dude, I think they will have a
Yeah, I
hard
think so
time.
too.
I mean,
Unless they
Kalshi is
niche
like,
Unless
down,
they
like go
try
super
and
niche on something.
something to integrate with.
Dealing with Cloud Kalshi would be quite
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah.
I
We're
mean, I
lucky.
think
We're on
Kalshi's
Say. There's nothing on Say.
yeah, I think just Kalshi in general has been super strategic. I mean, the whole like Robinhood thing and like, getting the brokerages, that was like, their big thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's just like huge, right? Because so much volume comes from like Robinhood, even though it's like an extra
Mm-hmm.
fee, on top of if you just, I guess, went directly on Kalshi app. And then I just like tried it a few times just to have that experience on Robinhood. And it's just so like boring. Like I think being on a, Kalshi app is just much more fun than the interface that like Robinhood, even though it's like easy, but it's just not as fun.
Do we know what the deal was between them? Is it did Robinhood take some money from them, or some? Did they buy into Kalshi, or is it just like a money based?
They're
I think they
investors.
take like just an additional fee, and I think that definitely, I'm sure there's like, I don't think it's super public, but I'm sure there's like information
Yeah,
on it.
that's something that bothers us. And talking about fees, there was this tweet yesterday here. So guy was just saying, okay, what's this woke nonsense? Was running numbers on Grok for an arbitrage idea, and I had using Polymarket plus Perps combined, and Grok say there's fees on Polymarket. Propaganda machine goes hard. So basically, he was asking this, and basically Grok said, no, Polymarket is not free. They charge fees. And for us who have been building on prediction markets, we are trying to do everything really transparent for people so they know what they're paying. And for us, it's kind of confusing because there are fees related to Polymarket, but it's not the user, the end user that are paying the fees. So help me out on this, Nick, if I'm saying some bullshit here. But that's what I wanted to understand. So we wanted to see exactly and to know exactly. Okay, for example, if you are playing with Kalshi through Robinhood, is it going to be more expensive to you? Or if you are going to play in Polymarket, are there fees? So if you exit a position before, or what are the fees involved in any of those prediction markets? And none of
None of them
them,
are
at least
particularly
the bigger ones, they are not
Yeah, I
clear.
mean on
Like
Kalshi there's like a
That's the thing.
resolution fee, right? So if you like buy it at one price and then you exit before like there's a resolution, you don't pay the resolution fee. But if you wait till it actually, let's say didn't exit and take your profit or loss, then So there's that.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we were looking at, because Diego exits position and what it was like 20 cents less than what you expected, right? And
Yes,
when we were
it was
digging into it,
something like that.
there's like validator fees and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of other fees that come with maintaining a blockchain, right?
Yeah, I was actually
And
working on a
that's
tweet. I woke up like middle of the night at 4 a.m. and I was like, oh, actually, I'm gonna feel like make like a clear chart for like, be like, okay, if you buy, let's say one, something at 30%, it goes to 70, like you exit, this is how much money with the fees, this is without the fee, kind of just
Mm.
really like break it down super simple. And then, but also then some
Mhm.
markets are 1%, then it's like 2%, like so it's
yeah, it
not
moves
that
around.
straightforward. There's no like a cheat sheet. So I was like, I should
No.
create like a cheat sheet of the fees
Mhm.
for the platforms.
Yeah, it's really hard to understand what the fee structures are, because it looks like there's no fees, but there is fees tucked in different places. Like on our platform, there's fees when you exit, right? Like, and we've kept them really cheap. But like you're saying, like if you exit before it closes, and we're meant to be taking like a part for the protocol out of the winning pot, and everybody exits, we lose money in the end. So there has to be fees if you
Yeah.
exit early, if you take profit early. But maybe not just trading.
Yeah. And just to highlight, I'm not
Oh,
against
yeah, man.
fees at all. People,
Business.
yeah,
You have to
everyone
make
has
money
to pay
somehow.
everyone has to pay their
Yeah.
bills. Yes. Anyway, so I just want to see transparent fees. Okay, when you pay fees, what action triggers them? How much are them? So this way, people can organize their strategies to pay less fees
Yeah, I
as
think it just
possible.
need to be more
As much.
transparent, as you said, like straightforward. Be like, okay, this is the scenario A, this is scenario B, and like this is, the potential, like the outcome. So that just would help people be more clear. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's not a hard thing to do. That's just pretty
A
simple.
fee calculator. That's what would be
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
if they
I mean, we have
created the
prediction
fee.
index. Where's the fee
Something like
calculator?
that.
Like you can just
Yeah.
connect your accounts and you can see all the breakdowns and play around with it with the fees. I don't know. Is there a platform that helps
We
you
could even
calculate fees?
add here one extra information. Okay, like an average fees
Yeah.
that you pay for exit, for
Again,
average
like
fees, something like that, or maybe fees, yes,
what
no, something
Polymarket
like that.
does is they kind of go, there's no fees. It's all the validators fees, or it's the network fees, or something, like it's not as it's taking it, but there's still fees to, like, they still affect your P&L.
Yeah, I don't
Just
care
a
what they're
quick one.
called, as long as just give me the percentage.
Yeah, who
Like,
gets it?
just
I don't care, but if it comes out of my pocket, I should be
Yes,
told how
I
much
yeah,
don't
I'm
yeah,
care.
just tell me the number, I don't care where it goes to or why, just, it is what it is, and just so I can gauge,
Yeah,
I just
and
need
like,
to do another
what
shout
person.
out.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
was
I
just
just need to.
thinking. Go ahead.
The one person that joins on Rumble is back. Hello, person on Rumble. Just
yo,
every episode,
thanks for
one
being
dude
here
shows
with
up
us.
on Rumble, and I'm like, "Hello to you out there!" Every
Amazing.
A
time.
special shout out.
Yeah,
Hi, Rumble people. Hi, Rumble people. Yeah, you deserve our attention because
every
you're
time.
here. So let's move to this one, and it's still about this war, and it starts to get boring. So basically, it's Cauchy and Polymarket people fighting. So every time people with badges, it seems that to get a badge, you have to say shit
That's
about
what it
someone else.
seems like.
Why I don't have badge? I talk shit about a lot of people. I
You
don't
should
get
get
any
both
badge.
badges because you talk shit about both of them.
I should.
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously,
I
you should
mean,
double badge up like the double
Yeah.
agent.
Can you even do that? That should be allowed.
I would
You have
like.
two
I would like
shoulders,
that.
you can make a
I
badge
would like
up.
that. Should
Yeah.
be.
But yeah,
It's
no,
like
it does
angel
seem
and the
like that. Like,
devil.
So they.
because it seems like you get a badge immediately after talking shit about the other team.
Yeah, they're making memes and so, but basically, this tweet was okay. It's actually cooler to upload your government ID, social security number, date of birth, and proof of residence to gamble. Okay, it's not gamble. We've been talking about this, but basically, what he's talking about is Cauchy has a know your customer thing, which Polymarket
No.
does not. And the guy was just joking about this. Okay, who will tell him that basically, if there is a regulated Polymarket US that we discussed in the beginning of this episode, are we going to see know your customer? I don't think so. Maybe not,
anyone?
because so people can use Uniswap in the US without a know your
Okay,
customer, right?
yeah. It
Okay,
comes
am I
down to
wrong with
AML,
this?
right?
People can use Aave.
I think I think, I mean, if they're
Maybe,
gonna
yeah.
be CFTC regulated, they will have to. I mean, so then that kind of argument will become irrelevant. But yeah, I mean, I mean, I think they will have to. I think everybody ultimately will have to give their information
I,
away.
I, I hear the regulation in New York is tighter than in other states, and some people cannot use some DeFi protocols in New York. Is that correct?
I'm
Or
not sure. I don't know about that, but I think
okay.
generally they can. I mean, people always found ways around it anyways.
Oh
The
well, yeah.
magical
People
VPN for you in
always
New
use the
Jersey.
VPNs. Yeah, yeah. So if you live in the US and you're listening or watching us, and if you have some extra clarification on this, let me know. But I mean, I wonder if people can use Aave compound. Or I'm telling how old I
Yes,
am,
you
right?
are.
Just talking about the OGs. Yes, I'm not saying okay. Not saying any protocol on Hyperliquid, but anyway, if you use Uniswap, why shouldn't you be allowed to use Polymarket? How's that different? Because that's a market. That's a market, just like Polymarket. What's the difference in the end? Why, if we have Polymarket US, would you need know your customer? That's my
Yeah,
point.
I
Yeah,
think it's
I don't
just
know.
So
so funny when it comes to all these like securities trading and we're like these like the typical stocks and stuff like that, and you're trading about these companies, their IPOs or earnings or things like that. It's like one subject and people are super sensitive about, like, SEC. And then if it's like like a gambling, like a sports market, and all the like sports whatever gambling, and they're upset about it. And then like there's just like somebody's always upset no matter which market you trade, and then they have their own requirements and they're very different. So it'll be interesting how it plays out. Because I mean,
I,
even the regulators themselves, they don't know
yeah,
what they want and what's the solution, how to like fix it.
Yeah, no, this tends to be the issue
they
with
want to
regulators.
protect. They want to protect the
Yeah,
They
yeah, protect
customers.
they
the
protect the
Yeah,
customers.
yeah.
customers and also tell us what to do. Biggest company with most money. That's basically what
Yes,
happens.
actually, they never want to protect the customers. They want to protect the financial
True.
system the way it is, and the excuse to do that is telling you to that they are protecting you. So they put limitations on what you're doing, so the financial system keeps
Aggie, I
doing
don't know if
whatever
you've got
it
this
does,
yet, but
which
we
is
are highly
it's trying
cynical
to
of the
take money from
financial
us.
system.
Are
Deeply, deeply
you?
untrusting of it. Deeply, and it's okay if you don't agree. You can say, "I don't agree with you guys." I think
No,
it's
no.
okay.
I mean that they were
We
literally
No, yeah,
saying
for
that they were
sure.
giving an example. Somebody was like, "Oh, my child graduated from like Georgetown," and then they were like a medical program. It's like, "Oh, it's like about protect the patient, whatever." And then they were like, "Oh, so it's a protect the customer." They were literally saying those words yesterday at the panel. We should like protect the customer, protect it. And I'm like, yeah, like are we really protecting the all the customers, or are we just protecting like up here the board?
it's definition of the customer, right? Like, and
Yeah,
and what are
yeah,
we
yeah.
protecting? Like, get them to define what they're protecting them against. Are they protecting them from bad actors? And if one bad actor comes in and makes a huge mess, does that mean that everybody else who isn't a bad actor needs to be punished because one player? So, like in the UK, the person that was leading the crypto parliamentary board, right? She comes from here. Um, and the reason this group was created because she had one person in her constituency got rugged, right? And ever since the laws, and not ever since, but the laws in the UK have got increasingly worse for crypto and crypto trading in general since that. So like there's a whole bunch of people who can't get access to ETFs, can't get
Uh-uh.
access to any of that stuff, right? Because they're protecting the customer. Against what? It's like, for example, Bitcoin's like one of the most highly traded assets in the world. It is priced correctly, right? There's no rugging going on. So I think, and then there's other things like Solana and all that, but there's lots of upside, right? Like there's
Well, there's
risk of it going up and down, but there's also risk in stocks. So
Of
like, who are
course, of
they?
course. There's
Who are
always
they
going to be like
protecting? Who are they
someone
protecting?
that's gonna rebel against the system and do something bad. There's always going to be that person. So like you still have to. That's like one out of
Eh,
1,000, a million. I don't know, but like you can't like that justify it. You're like, oh, let's
HSBC,
protect like 100,000 people against one.
yeah,
That's why we have this.
that's it. It's like HSBC literally launders the Mexican drug cartel's money. Like, is literally a thing. And it happens in all of the systems by blocking out an entire system because you didn't create it, I'd say. Like, because like the regulators right now and the central banks didn't create crypto. It bloomed out of something from us, essentially. And they're just all that,
Wild.
we don't trust you. We don't think you know what you're doing. It's just like, how many economies do you need to crash before you realize you don't know what you are doing? How many more? Anyway, tangent over.
Endless.
Sorry, guys. I was off on my rant. Sorry.
Get it out. Get it out.
So TLDR
I
of
have to.
TLDR. So markets exist. Markets does not exist to bring the small guy money. Market exists to make big guys even more money, and sometimes it allows us to make some money. That's the thing. This is why markets exist.
Opium.
And then we try to take advantage of them. And okay, Noah, we shared some content from Noah in the past. He writes some pretty good stuff. Basically, he was highlighting how Kalshi Nuts revealed the first customizable same game parlay system ever on prediction market. This is not correctly ever, because you can create your parlays on Groovy Markets as well.
And we had
So
that before
these
they
NFL
launched
nights
theirs.
just yes,
It's
that's
on chain.
it.
You should
I
comment.
I bet they are.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
I bet.
we had it first.
Okay, we had that before on or at anyway
Groovy.
on Groovy.
On Groovy.
They copy.
They copy traded us.
Copied
Copy
us.
traded us.
They copied us. Maybe.
You're going to get smashed by all these Kalshi badges. They're going to like,
Oh,
oh, you're
Yes,
coming
get
people
for
with
you.
badge. If you have a
They're
count,
Coming for you.
if you have a Kalshi badge, I gonna put here hashtag Kalshi and Polymarket, and then everybody's going to complain about what I said. Okay, so you're telling me that I can short parlays? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. So if you're not in the US, because we realize that only in the US people call it parlays, it's like combined markets. You have, it's only one market, but that market is tied to multiple outcomes. It can be inside the same game, or it can be multiple
uncorrelated events.
and
So you can have it in totally you can
uncorrelated
have
as well.
correlated
So-
or uncorrelated events. So in the UK, we call them accumulators.
exactly.
Or in Europe, they're called
Interesting.
accumulators.
Yeah, so basically, if you're talking about a game, you can say, okay, who's going to win? By how many more points they're going to win? Is there going to be X or Y faults or anything else
Yeah.
that you can imagine? Or you can have parlays that have no relation to each other. So the team X is going to win, and it's going to rain on that town, and the price of the commodity gold will be anything, and you
Yeah.
can put a lot of stuff together, go crazy. That's the top of
And
DGen play.
I was doing
Parlays
one
are too
round.
stressful for me.
I was doing where it works
For
quite
me,
good
yes.
is you can. I was playing around with the Oscar stuff this morning, right? Because that seems to be a topic that's starting to burgeon up, and you can just pick all your different outcomes in one betting slip and just be like, okay, I think that, and happen. If it all happens, then you win. But the probability of them all happening is really low, right?
Well,
I
it's
would
like go
imagine.
win, go big or go home.
Exactly. It is pure degenerate behavior.
That's
I did
it.
also do a Bitcoin
So
and gold
before I
one, which
move,
is a
that-
bit
that-
less degenerate. You can have them in sort of correlated markets as well.
You
But
can have them.
if
Yeah.
you do want the weather and, like the price of Bitcoin, if you believe in like weather cycles in Bitcoin or something like that, moon cycles in Bitcoin.
So if just a comment here before I move on this. So if you actually want, if you have badges to give out, and if you want to roast your competitor, so Noah is a former head of operations of Kalshi. I would give him a Poly Market badge just to
Do you need
see
to
what
accept
happens.
them, or can you just give them to people? Do the people need to accept them?
We need like a
There's a
Twitter
I would like to give
account
that.
where you can just like say what badge you want, and it's just like instantly is like given to you.
Can we change badges every week? But
I just
anyway,
realized because we
so
invited
about
the
parlays, I
prediction
need to.
trader, the prediction.
I'll
is it
actually
prediction
move on
trader?
to another
On, right?
place.
Because
Yeah.
we'd love to have him
The
come,
prediction.
but he's got a Kalshi badge, so I don't think he can come. Because I DM'd him, he's seen it, he didn't respond. But
Ah,
based on what
okay,
Cook
yeah.
was saying yesterday, is the agreements for KOLs is basically you're not allowed to mention the other competitor. You're not allowed to be involved with any other competitors in any
Okay.
way. So I
Oh, it
think
might be
that's
the
the case. Yeah.
case. Okay. Might be the case. Okay. And so not everything is roses. Is
Yeah.
that the say in
Yeah.
prediction markets and parlays? So
Americans do love
I want
parlays. That
to
is
share.
The whole
100%
world
true.
does.
Yeah,
The whole world
It's,
does. Like
the
I've got
whole
friends
but
that
world
like,
don't really
does.
bet and they'll bet
Yes.
accumulators, and I'm like, do you even know what you're doing? And they're like, no, I just
it's just
gonna
like,
go in. Yeah.
like,
I
just
guess it's a wee bit
Yeah.
different.
No, let me I can lose by myself. I don't need your help.
more fun ways to lose.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, if you have any addiction in parlays, I recommend this article. It's interesting. I mean, if you want to play parlays, go ahead, but it's not my thing. Of course, we offer parlays because for some stuff, like Nick said, I think they are really interesting. So, for example, Bitcoin and gold, or the 4-year cycle, the M2,
Them two money supply.
the
Yeah.
M2 volume. Yes, that's interesting. But some stuff, I mean, you don't need to be that degen. You can. You don't need to, but you can. Okay, so this is interesting as well. So introducing the 1 million poly market trading challenge by Nick Tomino, and thanks God he doesn't have
Hold
any
on, yeah.
badge.
Give
So
him a
But
minute.
yeah,
massive,
it's coming.
right? Yes.
What's
So
his handle?
yeah,
NT
it
money.
will
Very
come.
cool. I need to.
You
I'm
know.
just gonna do a little.
Anti-money. So massive hedge funds will be built on Poly Market, a citadel of politics, a Bridgewater of sports, a millennium of entertainment and culture. They won't come from Wall Street or Silicon Valley. They will come from Poly Market leaderboard. Share profit and loss and strategy, and I will invest 1 million in the best. Okay, so this is it. So if you are a good player in poly markets, he's not talking about Cauchy. I mean, if I'm making bank in Cauchy, I would share my strategy here as well.
He's a
But okay.
on-chain guy, right? I think we're going to see a split between people who care
Yeah,
about
it
on-chain and
is.
people who don't care about on-chain.
We saw that yesterday with Dave Hoffman from Bankless,
Yes,
remember?
yeah.
So talking about how, I mean, highlighting poly market on chain. So basically, we've seen here multiple people sharing their wins, and yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
Whoa! Nah. How do you sleep at
Fuck,
night?
yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. How much money do you have to lose?
Fuck, man.
Oh, jeez.
Strategy, world
Jesus
peace,
Christ.
justice.
That gave me like goosebumps.
Fuck.
That's like
Yeah. This looks more like my strategy. Fuck. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. We've seen people winning, and it's interesting to see that because we only see people bragging about their winnings, but there are people losing money, and this is why we are $1 trade show. So if you want to learn about that, put $1.
yeah.
Test your abilities.
You can get
$1.
$100 return. You're a
dude,
boss. That's it. It's like then it's scale up
Yes,
from $1.
that's the thing.
Just scale up.
Yeah, get to $10
That's the thing,
before you
the-
think
the-
about 100.
I got $10 and
Get
then I
to-
went down
exactly.
to -5. So I thought I was getting really bullish with myself when I increased my $10, and I was like, right, I'm going to increase my bet size, and then I was like, I'm fucked, I'm out. I need to start with my
and then you
dollars
got
again.
no. I'm not that good. I'm not that smart
I
yet.
would love to have a trading
that's
show where
it.
we have somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing come on and just talk to us about it, and so you and I can be like, oh my god, this is how you make money on Polymarket.
Yeah. So I would like to challenge anyone there. I give you $1 and I want to make that $1 become $10. I invite 10 people to do that. 10 people. So it's $10. And if you don't have $1 to participate on these markets, okay, I can give you $1. But if you don't have $1, yeah, but if you don't have $1 to spend on prediction markets, what are you even doing on Twitter? Go work,
get a job,
go improve
McDonald's.
yourself. Don't listen
McDonald's
to us.
thing.
Go do
Just walk
something.
on the street, you can find $1.
Go
I
do
feel like
something.
just start.
Yeah.
You know, there's
That's
always coins on the
probably-
road.
I
like, you
found
just
a
keep-
dime in a forest next to me, a dime, right? So if I can find 10 cents in a country where we don't even use that, then an American can find $1.
Seriously, they're always like, I see like money on the floor all the time.
Also, they print so much of
That's
it.
it.
that It's everywhere.
They print so much. There's money
It's
everywhere.
on the street. Just keep
Anyway,
looking.
so
Yeah.
it's
It's the
interesting,
on-ramp that's
and
the problem.
I'm
is
up to
getting
that.
From
So
dollar into crypto.
send us a DM, and the first 10 ones are gonna send $1 and prove that you're good in prediction markets. Turn that $1 in 10, and
I
then
think
we
we should
talk.
probably do that campaign, right? Like, and
That's
then the
it's
best traders
funny.
need to come to
Yeah,
Groovy Market afterwards and make their own markets.
that's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
I'm
It's
down.
interesting.
Let's
I'll
make
do
it
it.
So
$100, right? We get 100 people
I'm
in,
gonna send
and
you.
we're like, we'll include
Okay.
fees and stuff like that. So like, we'll give them like $1.50 or something like that, just so it works.
That's so
Yes,
generous, you know.
yes.
Just that's what we're all about. We're just pure heartfelt generosity.
It's just inclusion for all.
Everybody gets to lose
See,
$1.
this is why we have everybody gets at least 100 people
For every
gets to
dollar
lose
somebody
$1.
loses,
Not
somebody else
everybody.
wins $1. That's true.
That's
Finds
it.
$1,
See,
even
this
if it's on the
is
street.
wealth
Wealth
distribution.
distribution. It trickles
This is
down.
how wealth
The
distribution
trickle down
works.
economics do not
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, that worked
This
out well
this
for
is
us all,
this is
didn't
what
it?
this is what politicians tell that they're going to do with our money, but they don't. So let's move to the last topic of today, and this is a piece from Aggie. So why brands should embrace prediction markets as a new marketing play? I want to hear from
Yeah,
you,
that's
Aggie.
kinda
Oh,
like
Why?
the
can I just
thesis.
say something as a
Yeah,
caveat? Aggie has
please.
no idea we're about to do this shit. Like she gets no prep. She does no
Just
idea.
a surprise.
She's just
Just
been put on the
surprise, yeah.
spot. And sorry, Aggie, but that's the fun part of this call. Where
I
we
mean,
just
that's
like we
life,
have to
you know. I
lie
never
but-
know what's around the corner.
Exactly, anything can
There's
happen.
no probabilities what's gonna happen, and you know, it's like real life.
There's no
Because I was telling like my mom, I was like, every child should know about like prediction markets because that's real life. You just probabilities. Like I'm like all our life, like you go somewhere, it's like it's a choice you make based on like your, you know, probabilities and in that sense. It's just not, you know, technically a number, but it is a number. So yeah.
Imagine a teacher at school. I would like math way better when we start to learn predictions and make the math for that. If there was about real life events, for sure. I mean, not abstract
Well, it's like,
stuff.
oh,
that
Johnny has 5 apples
ahead,
and
man.
he gives like whatever. You know, it's like who
Got my
cares
hand up.
about the apples?
Yeah.
Who saw The Wire
What?
season 2, where the maths teacher couldn't get through to the kids, but then he figured out they knew all about odds and betting because they keep doing it on the street. So he taught them maths based around to make them better at betting in the street.
Is that literally an
The Wire.
episode?
Yes, it's an yeah,
The
it's an
Wire.
episode because I think it's season 2 because season 2 was wrapped around the school stuff. But he realized that they weren't stupid. They just didn't care about the way he was trying to teach them to apply it. And he was like, right, okay, I'm going to teach you about what you're doing on the street with money, and I'm going to teach you about odds essentially and ratios and stuff like that. So
Okay.
yeah, that's actually it. If you teach kids, I think maths is great now. When I was in school, I thought maths was bullshit. I had no understanding of the real application of it, and I wish they taught me because as
Yeah,
I
I
got
mean-
older, I had to learn fucking all that machine learning maths,
Oh my
and that's
gosh.
hard. That right, like multiply a matrix, and you're like 30 odd years of age trying to figure out how to do that shit again. You're like, no, why didn't I get taught this at like 10?
I mean, I love math. I was like good at numbers, like algebra, but like geometry and all the like rectangles and the angles and this. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna know like what is it called, like the whatever sinus. I don't
Yeah,
even
I
know
know.
it's called in English. I was like, what will I ever walk around and like, oh, this degree and this much? Like, I'm like, no.
I'm into it now because I'm really interested in how the pyramids were built. If they'd have said, by the way, they used this to build the pyramids, I'd have been like, oh shit, really? Tell me
We
more.
know how pyramids were built. They bring that with a big
Oh,
spacecrafts
yeah.
and
It
they
was
put
the
it
aliens.
in there.
It was the
It was
Stargate.
there. It was there.
Stargate.
Something Stargate. Oh, it's an amazing movie.
Yeah,
by
but
the
about
way.
those what is
Terrible
it, the
TV
rocks
program.
in Scotland, the
Terrible
Stonehenge.
TV.
What's it called in English?
What
Like the
one?
big rocks.
Oh,
Oh
Stonehenge.
yeah,
Stonehenge,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys have.
Apparently that's
Stone-
older than Egypt. The craftsmanship wasn't there. Though.
Yes, that was
That just
prior.
dropped them.
Really
It
isn't
was airdrop.
There was
Yeah, they just threw it out the window.
there was
As the
a,
aliens were flying past. Fucking get these out. We've not
There
got enough
was a
fuel to get
draft.
home. You get rid of these.
there was a draft for the pyramids.
They're just, testing, A/B testing.
Okay, sorry everybody. We went off on a hell of a tangent there. Hope it was fun for you guys. We had a lot of fun. Aggie, tell us about what your thoughts are on this.
Yeah, so like my whole like thesis on prediction markets, I just think is going to be huge, right? It's going to be like the social media, meaning like everybody's going to use it, no matter which, X, YouTube, Twitter, whatever, Reddit, everyone's going to find their own platform. And I think same with prediction markets. And some people will be serious traders, and some people will just, have it for fun. So I think for all those people that are just kind of using it for fun, like brands should embrace it. Like, I don't know, like there's like, what's the next color drop, or what's the collaboration with a celebrity, and people could actually like bet on it. It's like could be literally the world's biggest focus groups, and I've done some focus groups, and it's very costly for brands to do it. So yeah, I just think like that could be a marketing play, and instead of paying like an influencer, I don't know, 50K per post or a story or something, now can maybe put that into a market as liquidity, and the brand doesn't make money from it. For them, it's like a marketing play, and then everyone gets to participate and gets their say, and it's like engaging. And I think that's what kind of brings women into the space as well, because they would care about these brands, and they'd be like, oh, this is fun, like I have like a say. And then maybe if you vote, oh, the next color is going to be blue, and then the brand actually does come out with that color, you kind of feel
Yeah.
like part of decision making. So there's that kind of relationship with the brands. So I think this could be like huge, but it's going to take a few years, because brands are still like, oh, prediction markets is a gambling, and I don't know if it's going to be
There's
money,
still,
is it
like,
going to be
crypto,
points. Yeah. So I think everyone's gonna find their way, and there's some brands that are like super crazy, social media marketing tactics. So they will probably embrace it first. Like in US, we have this brand Liquid Death. It's like it's just water in a can, but they made us, make all these crazy campaigns, and I think that would be like would be really cool for them to do something in prediction markets.
Yeah, because it can and if that's a really good way to look at it, because it is about engaging your community as well. Because I think Web2 brands, particularly, they say community, but they don't really mean it, right? It's Web2 is a highly extractive system, right? And it just is what it is for the most of it. But if you really want them to build a particular product, and they give you a list of products that they're going to invest in this year, and you're like, oh no, I really want that, and you're like, you like bet into it, and a bunch of other people bet into it, and they make it, you actually feel like you've had some sort of participation in the story and the creation of that. So I think that would be really interesting. Like color's one thing, but just like even if it's like a hardware product, and you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you can choose these features. We can only we as a business can only afford 6 of them. So here's a list of 20.
Exactly.
What ones do you want? I've got a
There's
really
just-
cheap car, right? It's the strangest car in the world because it's made up of lots of different car parts from different companies, right? And it made no sense to me when I looked at it as a regular car. I was like, why would MD buy this? And then I was like, oh, this is made up of many different car parts from different companies. And it's because they went away and went to families and said, do some market research, tell us what's important. And then when I think about it from that point of view, it has all the things that are very important to me, but things that I think should be standard are not there. Like I can't open the trunk. I'll say trunk.
Like
for
I
your
can't
benefit.
drive it.
I can't open the trunk of the car from outside. I have to put the key in like it's the 80s.
Oh my
Right.
God.
And I'm just like, but it has cruise control, right? So it's like, how? Like it's just like at first I was like, this is maddening, and I was like, actually, they've done. So if you just switch, like you're saying, if you just get rid of the research agencies in the middle and turn them into prediction markets, you might be able to
Yeah,
get
I
some
think-
really, really solid information.
I think there's just like so much application, and also things could go viral depending how they do it, and people engaging. Like, there's like collaborations with celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Brands just choose it. Like customers have no say who is going to be, representing the brand or engaging with it. So there's just so many ways. It's super creative. I mean, it's marketing. It could be like anything. So I think for each brand is going to be a different market, because they're gonna,
Yeah.
some people just want to do it for like to go viral. They'll put something crazy out there and just see what happens.
Off the top of your head right now, what company / product like were you kind of thinking about when you were writing the art? Like what was really front of mind for you when you were thinking about that?
I mean, for like I think I'm looking at like the female perspective, Gen Z, like all the brands that, like fashion, beauty, like clothing, sneakers, all the stuff that people care about. Like who is the next, celebrity partnership, like smoothie collaboration and like color drop, like all these like consumer retail brands, because I'm just trying to get more people into the space. Like I would care like about Lululemon, right? If it's like a, like a
I
workout,
know.
I guess,
Yeah, I
brand.
know.
Yeah. So right, like I don't care like what's the next color, what's the limited edition, or who are they like partnering up with, or they're opening their next store. But then also it could be like a financial thing, like what's the valuation? Will some company go like IPO? So there could be also
Yeah.
like more like I guess serious markets about
Mhm.
it, or can it be just like fun? So there's just I guess all the companies that are like active on social media and on TikTok. I think it's time to move on from TikTok to prediction markets
Yes,
or
and live
conviction,
stream
whatever.
them.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So let me share my screen once with you guys, because we are almost on the top of the hour here.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, actually we crossed it.
We're having so
Yes.
much
So
fun.
let's start to wrap
I
it
know.
up. Yeah, it was a really
See,
cool. It was a really
This
cool
is why more
conversation.
people should
So
come on the show, because there's very little structure around this, but we do cover a lot of interesting topics. I think, like when we're chatting about it.
for sure, I'm getting smarter with prediction, or at least
I
I'm
don't know. I
getting
think
less
TikTok's
dumber.
making me dumber.
How I
I'm not
like to
gonna
But just
put it.
don't say you're an
So
expert.
yeah,
Don't say you're an expert. I'll go
no,
off on one.
never.
You'll be
Oh
banned
no.
from Nick. Nick will like block you.
So
I'll block you. I'll
make
cuss you out. There'll be all sorts of bad shit going on.
You might even get a badge.
no, don't worry. Don't worry. Oh no, I needed my badge. I need my badge. I want a badge. I just can't afford one for Groovy yet. Otherwise, we would have one. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for listening to us and or watching us. Make sure to follow Aggie at her Substack. It's blondiepredicts.substack.com, and make sure to follow and subscribe to the $1 Trade newsletter as well at the onetrade.substack. Join us here every day. We are here from Monday to Tuesday. Also, Groovy Markets live on testnet, so you can create your own market. You can place your predictions. You can play with your friends. Let's see if you can ask the correct questions to engage people, or if you have a good sense of what's going to happen in the near future. So try it out at playground.groovy.market. And I'm Diego. This is Nikito, my co-host, and Aggie. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys. That's
Yeah.
it. See you all tomorrow.
See you guys. Thanks so
Thanks,
much for
Aggie.
having